Welcome to the Hustle Baby Podcast, where I give entrepreneurs 15 minutes to show, grow, and let the world know about their small business. Today I'm hustling with Doug Pollard, owner and operator of Pollards Test Kitchen in Westwood. Doug's blending global flavors with local ingredients, crafting a rotating menu that keeps the community coming back for more. Time to dig into the conversation. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're off and running. Thanks for tuning in again. And today I'm with Doug Pollard. I kind of know you through the barbecue element. You want to kind of give us a background as to who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Evan, for coming by. It's wonderful to have you. My wife and I decided to buy this market, High Street Market, probably November 23. This is when we took it over. It's been in business for over 75 years. We decided that we wanted something with a little history and wanted to be able to display some worldly cuisine and flavors that I've experienced throughout my 30-plus years
career
as an executive chef. Yeah.
So that you have the background, obviously, as a chef. And, what are some of the things that you guys offer? I mean, we have this incredible smorgasbord of delicious-looking food in front of us. This is just a little sample of what you do.
Yeah, just a few of the sandwiches that we offer. We rotate different specials, different features. I think this week we had 3 different lunch sandwich options that we were offering. It was an Alto Italiano that was from the northern area of Italy. It was a chicken cutlet with a Parmesan aioli and some smoked speck.
Ooh.
It's like a smoked prosciutto almost. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So you're not just making food. You're making sort of food with a purpose and a story, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what kind of through the past few years of my career, I was working locally with Legal Seafoods for 6 years, and then with IBM in Cambridge, I was with them and kind of geared towards the Watson Health and cybersecurity team, where they were really intent on, what's good for the anti-inflammatory, your gut health. And so those kind of things, after being a year in business now, those are the things that I'm kind of leaning towards with our prepared foods that are available. Anywhere from like a basmati and lentil rice. And we do a lot of plant-based beet patties and different things like that are really healthy for you as well.
Oh, that's awesome. And obviously you offer catering, which is another big component of your business.
Yeah, wide range of catering. So, you mentioned the barbecue before. We're still offering that here in the store between the spring and the fall. We won't do it in the winter or the summertime, but we do offer it as caterings, graduation parties, corporate events, things like that. And then we'll offer it here in the store for a la carte for sandwiches and things. Yeah.
Well, I always love seeing you at Medfield Day because you have, obviously all the barbecue. It's really nice to come in, and what an awesome location you got here too. So, and you have a little bit of everything. You've got the beer, the craft beers. You've got wine. You've got all sorts of snacks and the whole deli in the back. So.
Yeah, we're primarily slicing boar's head deli meats to order, and then also using that in our sandwiches. And then in the back we've got certified Hereford beef. We're the only butcher in New England that carries this beef exclusively. It's the only beef that we sell. I fell in love with it when I was a chef down in Texas for probably about 20 years ago. Then when we decided to get this place, it was difficult to find and how to get the meat up here to get a distributor. And finally we found one and realized that we are the only butcher.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So what makes this beef special? Do they rub it in a certain way?
Yeah. It's 100% grass-fed and finished. So what normally happens is somebody will say that their beef is 100% grass-fed, and then before they go to get processed, they'll stuff them full of grain to pump them up, make them heavier and that sort of thing. So this is 100% start to finish.
Yeah. It's like putting the lead weights in the fish to make them heavier. So this is good quality stuff.
Phenomenal stuff. It's normally crossbred with the Black Angus cow, but it doesn't have that high sticker price. And I think it has a lot more flavor than the Black Angus.
Well, I don't think we should wait any further or any longer. Is that some of the beef you have here?
Yeah, this is some of this New York strip that I cut up here for you to try. And,
man, that sounds great. This is going to be my favorite interview so far. It's a good thing I didn't eat before I got here. Why don't you just kind of, we'll sample this and kind of maybe walk us through.
Yeah. So this beef, go ahead. This is the New York strip, and what I decided to do is I learned from a butcher over in Italy, Dario Cecchini in Panzano, in a region of Chianti, and very simple. You cook it with nothing on it. Grill it or pan fry, whatever you want to do, And then when it comes off, you just hit it with a little extra virgin olive oil and salt and pepper. That's all you need.
It's perfect.
Yeah. When you
It's
have great quality
absolutely perfect.
meat, man, you really don't want to marinate it. You don't want to do anything to it, but just lightly season.
So when I need my steaks, I come here.
Yep.
You give me the best cut you got.
Exactly.
Any other cuts besides the New York
Yeah,
strip?
we're primarily offering the New York strip and then steak tips and ribeyes and short ribs, tenderloins, some of those other cuts I can get pre-ordered in. We just need about a week and a half to 2 weeks advance notice because this beef is coming from Texas all the way up here.
Yeah, this is outstanding.
Yeah.
Really delicious.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to get into some of these delicious-looking sandwiches. What do you have working for us today?
Yeah, so the first one over here is kind of our rendition of a hot beef on the North Shore.
Yeah.
It's we sous vide the beef for about 12 hours at about 120 degrees for a long period of time, low temperature. Slice it real thin, and then we've got the American cheese, mayonnaise on the bottom, American cheese, the barbecue sauce, and a little bit of jalapeno on top. So it's a little bit different than a North Shore beef. You know, a lot of things that I've normally done aren't that traditional in my preparation of food or my approach to food, really.
But it makes it yours.
Exactly.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, jalapeno.
Yeah.
Can I dig into
dig
that?
right in.
All right, let's see how this goes.
You just kind of get right in, pick it right up. You can't really cut it.
Yeah. Okay.
You just, once you're in, you're in.
All right. All right, this is a camera close-up here.
Now the toasted onion roll,
Oh, my God.
really tender. And again, the Hereford beef, you can't beat it.
Let me tell you. The jalapeno on the top is unbelievable. What a nice zing, great flavor. It's fresh, obviously, which is delicious. This is definitely a top 5 sandwich anywhere. So I would highly recommend this. I'm going to go in for another bite.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, my God.
A little messy. It's got to be that way, though.
100%. That sandwich is so good.
Thank you.
You toast the bun, too?
Yeah, we toast the bun. It's an onion roll. You know, I mean.
Dude. Spectacular.
Thank you.
I'm going to eat the rest of it off camera.
Yeah, of course.
But that is fantastic. What are the other ones you have
Yeah,
here?
so the other one that we have behind it is a turkey cotto. So it's kind of a play on a turkey club, but it's a little bit better. We've got some chipotle mayo in there.
Yep.
And then the oven roasted turkey from Boar's Head.
Yeah.
A little bacon and a little onion. There's no cheese. Obviously, you can add a little cheese to it, but I found this to kind of be one of our more healthy type sandwiches.
Oh, I mean, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And then you have a couple of different wraps and then something on a ciabatta.
Yeah, there's a chicken bacon ranch over there. We found that to be really popular.
Chopped?
Chopped up, kind of like the chop Italian, but it's a chopped chicken bacon ranch, yeah.
You know what I love about the chopped is that you're getting the same bite every bite.
Yeah, throughout the whole thing.
That's pretty awesome. Well, that looks spectacular. And then a chicken cutlet.
Yeah, so this one's really interesting. We, my staff and I, we started developing this sandwich about a year ago now, and we wanted all these different components in it, the avocado and the bacon and the chipotle mayo and the ciabatta roll toasted.
Yeah.
And then it's really interesting because then we had a young elementary student come in and ask us, you know, hey, would you consider naming a sandwich after my teacher that had tragically passed?
Oh, no way. That's
and
really
she
cool.
could barely look over the counter. She still can barely look over the deli counter. It's really cute.
Yeah.
So powerful. What an incredible, inspiring young woman.
Very nice, yeah.
And so that's named after Tim Chant, so we call this the Chantwich.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
I love that. That's really
so
cool.
there's provolone on there, there's bacon, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's probably one of our most popular.
And a tribute to
the local teacher here in Westwood.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, this is fantastic. Seeing your place has been fantastic. I'm going to get into a couple of questions now, some advice and that kind of thing. One of the things I like to do is ask business owners and entrepreneurs, you know, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've had as a business owner, and what have you done to overcome them?
Yeah, thank you. There's a ton. Obviously, as a business owner, you're constantly changing hats and doing all different things. I've really enjoyed and embraced the opportunity to be able to do this. Never did I think that I would be doing a retail market,
Sure.
a butcher shop and a deli. I've all my experiences in hotels and high volume restaurants and,
Yeah.
all that sort of thing. And so, once this opportunity came up, my wife and I talked about it, and we decided that the hours would work out. The beer and wine license is a huge plus,
Sure.
and they're hard to come by.
Yeah.
And so probably the retail piece is the biggest part that neither one of us were involved in before, because she used to run restaurants as well.
Okay.
And, now she's an administrator, consumer science teacher at Medfield. And so learning what people want on the shelves and what they're going to buy and what's going to move and what's not. So
Sure.
that's been a challenge. But other than that, it's just, go with it and roll with it.
So the answer is a supportive wife is
Huge.
the best thing.
Huge. Paramount. Yes.
Well, shout out to her.
Yes.
And you guys are doing great. All right. So another question that I would have is, what is the one piece of advice that you would want to share with other business owners? Maybe somebody that's looking to get started in their own little side hustle or whatever it is. What advice would you give somebody?
Yeah, I mean, just to make sure that you have the dedication to build the brand. I've had the experience and fortunate opportunity to help build a few brands and restaurant companies and restaurant businesses. And so I'm very familiar, and with my own business of having the barbecue company as well.
Yeah.
I know what it's going to take. I know the dedication and the tenacity that it's going to take in order to build that brand.
Yeah. What has been sort of the number one thing that you've done to build the brand?
Yeah, one of the things is getting out in the community, obviously.
Yeah.
The community interaction has been wonderful. The Westwood community has been really, really embracing, which is wonderful.
Great.
It was tough at the beginning because, this business has been here, we purchased for over 75 years, and there was a lot of people that came in and it's like, oh, it's smaller, you change this, you change that, and there was a lot of sticker shock. But
what people aren't used to, they gotta get it adjust. Sure.
Yeah, you changed some of the recipes from the this salad and that salad, and then there's a seafood salad that we have that I almost started to incur some death threats over if I changed it or not. Okay. And I'm glad that we haven't, just because those regular customers are coming back for that.
That's
which is
great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then obviously us folks from Medfield, it's nice to have a local butcher that we can support with all the other great things that you have here too.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, listen, I've had a fantastic experience. I'm going to dig into these sandwiches once we get off camera. If there's anything else you want to say to the people that are out there, any promotions you're running, anything like that?
Barbecue's coming up in the spring. We'll be at Medfield Day and Westwood Day coming up, in the fall. Other than that, come on by for some incredibly fresh, homemade, chef-made meals. And the butcher, is always on site.
The butcher is on site. All right, Doug, I think there were some people you wanted to thank.
Yeah, well, but I also wanted to recognize a few of the brands that we're able to bring in now. The first year is always difficult to try and see what's going to work and what's not going to work. And so now we're starting to handpick some of the vendors and other companies that we're wanting to use and bring in to supply to our community. Yep. And one of them is Metaxia's Sweet Boutique over in Medfield. She's providing us with her quality product each week.
Who was also on the podcast.
Yeah, who was also,
And we saw her running in here before.
Yeah, so. She was loading up her products, which were great. And then Tiffany's Brownies, she's been on WCVB for her product. She's a local Westwood person. And then Snowy Owl, I don't know if you've heard of them. They're a coffee company down at the Cape.
Oh, wow.
They're going to start bringing in their products here. And just a few other things. We want to kind of help support other small businesses.
Absolutely.
Just the whole goal of what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I ran into Metaxia here, I was like, hey, this is what it's all about.
Yep.
So really cool to see that dynamic playing out, and helping the other small business owners around is pretty awesome. So sounds like I've got 2 more people to add to my podcast list.
Right.
So we're going to be having a busy schedule. Thank you, Doug.
It's
been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
Great to see you, bud, and I
Thank
appreciate you taking the time, and we support your business as well.
Thank you very much. This has been great. Okay, while Doug is in the back wrapping up my sandwiches, I am here with his lovely daughter, who's going to tell you what it's like to work with Doug.
It is absolutely amazing to work with Doug. His hard work, his dedication to the business, to his family is absolutely immeasurable to anybody I've ever met. So his ideas are always big ideas, and whether we get to them or he meets them halfway, he always gets there.
It helps to have people that are supportive, like yourself. I work with family too, so that can be an interesting
Stuff.
dynamic. What's your takeaway about working with family?
I love working with family. I've worked with my family for a few years now with the market and with our barbecue business beforehand, and it has been nothing short of interesting.
Sure.
Definitely very supportive community with the customers and with family and with everybody that we've worked with. That people come and go, as you've seen.
Yeah.
It's just been lovely.
Well, that's awesome. Listen, thank you very much for the kind words about your father.
Of course.
And check you guys later. Thank you.
Of course.
That sandwich is awesome.